is me, Kimberly McAlinden, and I would like to welcome you to episode 12. Oh my gosh, a dozen episodes already. Time sure does fly. Thank you all for being here. My name is Kimberly McAlinden, and today we will be talking about Cakepalooza. We will be talking about my new design, and we are going to talk about my knitting tip for the week. So there are a lot of new people on YouTube. I've noticed a lot of new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. And if you haven't already and you find value in this video, please hit the subscribe button and hit a thumbs up for like. That really does help me a lot, and I would sincerely appreciate it. So there are a lot of new subscribers, and I would like to welcome you all, let you know a little bit about me. My name is Kimberly, and I am a knitwear designer, but I also am a fiber lover, and I love anything that has to do with fiber. So I also crochet. I am a crochet designer. I haven't done it in a long time. It's coming back to me. And I also am a weaver, spinner, and really anything that has to do with fiber, I'm all about it. So coming up next Friday, October 15th, is Cakepalooza. I think it's October 15th. Is it October 15th next week? Yes, October 15th, which also happens to be my sister's birthday. But it is Cakepalooza, and I happen to be a special guest. So that's very exciting. And I will be there. I will be there to meet and greet. I'll be there to say hello and to meet anybody that's coming up into the area. I also will have merchandise available, my merch, and that would be, so far I have my Knit a Rainbow, which is my pin that goes on your knitting bags. It has two things in the back. So I just got those. If you're not going to be at Cakepalooza, these are available on my website, knitarainbow.com. I also have these stickers. So these are nice and thick stickers. These are also available on my website, and they'll be available at Cakepalooza. And I just wanted to show you, plus I'm gonna have to be taking a couple sips, but this is the way it looks on my water bottle. Isn't that nice? And then you could also do it like on the back of your phone, if that's something that you wanted to do. So let's get into what I've been working on. So I have been working on a new design. And a couple weeks ago, I showed you my swatch. So I thought that maybe this would be a good time to talk about swatching. I love swatching. You can't go wrong with swatching. And as a designer, what I do when I swatch is I want to see how my stitches look on my needle. Now, if you've been knitting for a long time, you will know that if you're working with a DK weight yarn and you need 4.5 stitches to the inch, that's usually between a 6 or a 7 needle. And you'll know that as you're working. And so I wanted to see in the lace, because it's a top-down lace sweater. I wanted to see how it was going to look, but also because the lace is the pattern I found in a pattern book in Barbara Walker's Treasury of Knitting, and it's called Smiling Diamonds. And I wanted to see how there is the most giant bug that just flew in up here, and if I scream, it's coming at my head. I mean, it was coming right toward me, and then it went to my light. Okay. So it's written flat, right? So I wanted to make sure that I could increase in the lace, how that was going to look, and what, if I could make it in the round. And a couple weeks ago, I showed you here's my swatch. As you can see, look how pretty it looks. Oh my God, I'm so excited. But I'll show you that here I'm making it bigger, right? And then here is where, see the increase? There's an increase here. I went from 1 smiling diamond to 2. So similarly, which I didn't think about when I started knitting my design, is that I was going to have to decrease for the sleeve. And that has really gotten me kind of, I've had to use many, many brain cells over many, many days. And so I actually figured it out. So I have a couple tips for you today. If something in your knitting isn't working out, it really would behoove you to put it down and go do something else. I can't tell you how sometimes I'll go to bed and I won't be able to have figured something out, and then I wake up in the morning and I see it fresh and I'm like, oh, and it comes to me. So, you know, give yourself credit and let yourself go. And that goes with any knitting, right? Like, you know, I have knit this stitch pattern hundreds of times because I'll show you the progress that I am on my sweater. And sometimes I'll forget a yarn over, I'll forget something, and I'm like, Kimberly, what are you doing? So that's one of my tricks. It's just set it aside, go do something else. Also, don't knit a design whilst you're drinking Prosecco. That goes for any kind of alcoholic beverage because, I mean, unless it's stockinette or you're knitting sock in the round or you're on like the stockinette portion, no bueno. Last night, and thank you all for the love on my anniversary. My husband and I celebrated 25 years yesterday, and I was so excited because I was able to have our wedding video transferred to a disc, and then I played the disc and I filmed it. So that's what's up on my Instagram. Is 25 years ago, little Kimberly and Chris, we were getting married. So it's been really fun. So thank you very much for all of your nice comments. Let me show you my progress because that's what I've been working on because it's the sweater I'm gonna wear at Cakepalooza, which is next week. So now, and then it comes to my second thing that I want to talk about. Okay, ready? So here's my sleeve. I did figure out the decreases, but here it is. Now, doesn't it look kind of tiny? Well, not really, but it does look a little tiny. And that's because it hasn't been blocked. See what happens? See how the lace, it looks, I mean, it looks pretty, but it's all like together. This is cake wool, by the way, in her DK base, and it is one of my favorites. So here it is. Isn't it pretty? But this is what it's going to look like when I block it. Block, thank you very much that the lace looks amazing. Block the lace. Look how nice and flat it looks. See how it opens up? So I'll do that. Look. See? So it's gonna, it feels very dense now, but I cannot wait. So here are the sleeves. And just because I want to show a little flex, because I'm really proud of myself. There's a decrease in here. So you can see the decreases right here. So that's under the arm. You won't really be able to see it. Also, I want to show you another really cool thing about this, and then I'll stop talking about it because I'm going to have to do like a whole thing on it when it is released, see how this goes down like that? That's because they're short rows. So short rows I was talking about 2 videos ago, I think in 9 or 10, I was talking about short rows, right? And short rows on this, I did it on the edging because it would be very hard to do short rows in the lace for me. So I did it in the, hi everybody, I did it in the edging, the neck edging. So this is knit top down, and you can make it any length you want. Of course, when I was knitting this, then I thought, oh, it could be like cropped with big bell sleeves. That would be cool too. So who knows, that might come out next. But here it is. I I can't wait. I can't wait to show you me wearing it at Cakepalooza. The other thing that I am working on, it's actually coming up next in the queue, is I am going to be giving a presentation about my knitting and my career at the Bay Head Yacht Club. And what I decided to do is a sheep to shawl presentation. Oh, there's that pterodactyl. I don't know what I don't know what it is. So I am spinning fiber, which I have it up here, but it's not right next to me. And to spin the fiber, I have a spinning wheel. It is a Kromsky Sonata. It is a traveling wheel, but it is a lot of money. You could hear it, right? I don't know what it is. I don't want to find out either. I'm going to take a sip. So I did a little something, something. So my birthday was a couple weeks ago. My father gave me a check, which I very much appreciated. And I made a purchase. I bought my first e-spinner. This is a company called, this is called the Electric Eel Wheel 6.0. It is, I haven't opened it. It came yesterday in the mail, and the reason why I didn't open it is because I have to finish the sweater before I get addicted to spinning. And I thought that I would have, enough done that I'd be able to spin a little bit last night, but I didn't. And so I am so excited. Dreaming Robots is and his name is Maurice. He is the one that owns the company, who is he made it. He's the inventor. And it's just, I have been stalking the Facebook groups and I'm so excited. I cannot wait to open that up. But I promised myself that I wouldn't. I promised I wouldn't. So it is still all sealed up. Also, about merchandise, thank you so much for everyone that purchased their pins and their stickers. Everything has gone out. I was waiting for shipping materials. I totally spaced, thinking that I could just send them out, and I can't. So, oh, what fun. You love spinning. Nice. So I purchased that. I also received, here it is, this beautiful yarn from, now cake wool, I'm all about cake wool because I'm going to Cakepalooza and I'm designing something in cake wool, so I'm all about it. The ladies, Dinah and Pam at the knitting place, sent me, look how pretty that is. Oh, it kind of matches what I'm wearing. Isn't it beautiful? So this is the same yarn that my new design is in. It's called Dough. And look at this color. Let me look at the name of the color for you guys. If you have any questions, usually check the description box because I answer a lot and I put links and stuff down there. This is called Torch Song. Isn't it gorgeous? And that is exactly the color. I finally got the lighting right. Not necessarily great for me, but great for the yarn. All right, so I received that. Thank you, Dinah and Pam. So, what else? Okay, so we're going to talk about the tip that I have for the week. And that is, as of course I'm knitting lace and I'm doing all that stuff, is what is in your little notions bag. So this little bag goes with me, whenever I'm bringing my knitting. So whatever the current bag that has everything that I need, this is a Pleisure bag. This came with my backpack. And by the way, can we just look? It matches. Not an accident. Never an accident. I have enough bags that I match things. So it goes with me in the bag. So in this bag is everything I really need. There's a little bit of yarn in here. There's all the needles that I need. There's notes. And this is, you know, I just put everything in here. So here's my little notions bag. This bag is from Krista Jackal. I will put her, what I loved about these when they came in was that they have this little 1 inch. This is 1 inch. And that was, that comes on the little pull. And I thought that was very, very clever. So, of course, you can put in here anything that you want, but what I put in mine, which stays in all the time, is a row counter. Different different types of markers, measuring tape, my chibi, one of these doodads. Can you see that? So this helps, you know, you can unpick things. It has, you know, a knitting needle on here. I've also used this as a cable needle. This also has a crochet hook on the end, so if you have to hook up anything, if you've dropped stitches, this is a great little tool. Oh, there's Blistex in here. There are a pair of scissors. I know, it holds a lot, right? This little gem. I also have a little ball of leftover yarn. And the leftover yarn is, I use this, I used to use it for, again, I'll come here. I used to put my stitches on some yarn, or if I need a quick marker, I make markers out of these. Now I use the Knitting Barber. These things are unbelievable. I love them so much. So, so there's a little ball in there for, you know, odds and ends, whatever I need. But the most important thing, and I have one of these things also in my wallet, because we're all makers of things. We all use yarn. And what is the most annoying thing whilst you're knitting or crocheting or doing anything yarny is when your nails get stuck in the yarn. It drives me insane. And so I have an emery board. Do we still call these emery boards or nail files? I don't know. So nail file, always, always, always in my notions bag, because it's very easy. I actually just broke a nail on the way up here to, you know, file that down, and then you can continue to spin and feel happy. I also have one of these in my wallet because I have a big wallet. So I just kind of stick that in there in case I don't have this with me. So that's the tip of the day. Put things in here that you're going to need all in one handy little space. Nail clippers and Band-Aids. That's a very good idea. Jody keeps nail clippers and Band-Aids. That's a wonderful idea. So here it is. Somebody asked the question what an e-spinner is, and I wish I could open the box and show you, but I haven't finished what I promised myself I would. But it's an electric spinner. So I know that Ashford makes them. There's a Hanson e-spinner, and so they plug into the wall, and then instead of using your feet to treadle to turn the wheel to make the flyer go, that's all done electrically. So you kind of have a foot pedal and you can set the speed. And so you can kind of sit back and watch TV and do it. You can't spin whilst watching TV because there's some noise that bothers my family. But this is something that, you know, and because it's electric, it's very portable. Everything, including bobbins and a Lazy Kate and everything that has to do with spinning is in this wee little box. So it's very portable. So when I go to the beach house, or people that go camping, and it also, I've ordered everything for this already because I was so excited, but there's a battery pack that fits underneath it. And so you don't even need, you know, if you're out on a boat or at your RV or you're camping or you're just simply outside on your deck and don't have a power source, you can use the battery. So that is exciting. Hi, Melinda. Thank you for your question. I'm going to answer that. I'll answer it now. Why not? I've kind of like talked about everything I'm going to talk about. So Melinda's question is, do I reuse my yarn that I've already blocked for my swatch? And that's a great question. So because I was going to do such a large swatch for this knitting, I ended up putting it on the knitting barber cords, and I blocked it. And the question is, am I going to use this again? And absolutely, I'm going to use this again. I'm not going to need it for my project, but I am going to use it probably for a hat. You know, I'm a big hat or cowl or fingerless mitts or something that, you know, I can do with one skein. And what I will do, because this yarn is going to look and behave a little bit differently than the yarn that's in the ball, right? So let's show you. So here's the yarn in the ball, and here is it already blocked. Most of the time, I'll simply just knit it the way that it is, and then block the whole thing, and then it'll look that way. I used to have this idea, this grand scheme that I was going to, with all of my, for one specific year, I was going to have, you know, my little blocks, and then I was going to make something out of that, you know, like a coat of many colors, or, you know, and stitch everything together. That just simply hasn't happened. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means that I haven't done that yet. So that's another idea if you want to save all of your blocks. Of your knitting swatches, and then, you know, make something out of it, right? Like, you know, it would be like a patchwork quilt. I think that would be really cool. Take one solid color that kind of joins everything together and knit around or crochet around and then join them together. See, now I want to do that. I want to do all the things. I just want to do everything. So okay, we talked about eSpinner. I answered that question. And thank you, Melinda, for that question. That was great. What I'm wearing. I'm wearing the lovely tee. I don't know if I've worn this in a podcast before. It's a beautiful day today. It's 72 degrees. I'm about to go outside and finish those sleeves. And sit outside. This is the lovely tee. I published this last year or the year before. It's a simple tee. It has this really cool, you know, puffy sleeve. I don't even know how to describe it. So it has a puffy sleeve. It looks great, and it's great for this kind of weather because it's knit in fingering weight yarn. This is Nature's Luxury. This is spectacular yarn. And what's great about this sweater is because it's short sleeve and it's fingering, it's cooler when it's really hot, but you know, during this transition period, it looks great with a jeans jacket. I have on like a pair of super comfy pants. I guess I'll stand up and show you. But I love this design. It is top down, knit in the round. So here it is in the Nature's Luxury. And I just have these cute little joggers on. But it looks great with jeans, with a jeans jacket. Oh my God, that thing just... It's a stink bug, and it's right there. And it came at me. It's aggressive. Come on, little man, go away. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you guys. That was gross. It must be stink bug season. I haven't seen very many. Okay, so now's the time where if anybody has any questions or comments, leave me a comment below. I love to answer the comments during the week. It just makes me feel connected. If anybody has any questions, I will be at Cakepalooza next Friday. It's a week from tomorrow. So your house is covered with them, Jody? Ooh. I'm, of course, up in my attic because I leave everything out, and now it's gone. I don't know where it went. Ugh, that creeps me out. So I'm really excited for Cakepalooza. I think it's going to be really neat. Winter knitting must-haves. Ooh, that's a great. You mean like design, or like what do you have to have? I mean, I have so many sweaters. In fact, I'm thinking about doing a D-stash. I think I'm gonna, thanks for explaining. I think I'm gonna do a D-stash of my sweaters that I just have so many and I don't wear them. So I'm thinking about, I'll put that probably up on my website. But must have for winter. You definitely have to have a great hat. Yarn or project ideas for winter. Okay. So, I love making hats. Oh, hi, Jillian. You definitely have to have a hat for winter. I like, oh my goodness. You guys have lots of questions and this darn thing is like so loud. So, I like to wear like a nice cowl. I like those in the winter too. But my sweaters, I always wear a sweater. What is the tee the tee you have on? It's called the Lovely Tee, and it's by me, Kimberly McAlinden. You can find the pattern either on my website or on Ravelry. And if you forget, don't worry, it'll be in the description box below. So for winter, I just really, and I love to have like a great big sweater to wear in the house, because I live in an old house, and I just like to have a bigger sweater on top of my sweater. So those are my must-haves. Let's see. Jillian asked how I store my knits, and I'm embarrassed to say, last week was great seeing you in 3 Zooms. Must have been exhausting. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was in 3 Zooms last week. I don't have any in the future, but hopefully, people ask me to be on them. They were a lot of fun. My knits I have just in my closet, and I fold them up and I just lay them in my closet, and that's just where they go. I don't do, I don't put them away. I mean, I should, but I don't. I don't put them, I don't wash them, block them, and then, put them in a bin with a sachet of lavender. I don't do that. I just have them out. Then, and I guess you guys are probably wondering if my stuff has moth holes in it, as there's a stink bug attacking me during this, but no. Not yet, anyway, knock on wood. Any fiber festivals in the Arizona area? I saw that on the West Coast. I do not know of any fiber festivals that are down there. I mean, this weekend coming up on the East Coast is there's a lot going on. There's Indie Untangled. There is Cakepalooza on Friday, and then Rhinebeck is this weekend, or the New York Sheep and Wool. And then there's going to be a New England Sheep and Wool. Glad to know that's how you store your knits. That's what I do too. I know, Janet. I mean, come on. I can't be bothered. I barely like to do laundry as it is. That's about it. That is about it. So I am going to get going on my sweater. I'll show your progress. I'll show my project. You have a few, I'm sorry, I don't want to squint. You have a few toppling towers of hand knits. Jillian, you must. And you know what? You gave me the idea to de-stash. How often do I wash my knits? I wash my knits when they get a stain on them. And usually I spot wash them. I have this one sweater that I designed, and it turned out to, it's a cardigan, and I steeked it, and it was in like thick, really woolly yarn, and it's so dirty now. It's disgusting, and it has like, Chinese on it. It's gross, but I love it. So as little as possible, actually. That would be my answer for my knits. Kind of gross, but I'm just keeping it real for you all this week. Let's see. That's pretty much what I have. So I think we're coming up on 30 minutes. And I sincerely appreciate all of you spending some time with me, whether you're doing it live or you're doing it in the playback on my YouTube channel. I sincerely appreciate you all being here. I want you all to be kind to yourself. It's time. It's time. The weather's changing. It's time to kind of stay in. It's time to, especially on my side. It is my side of the country, I should say. It's time to kind of reflect, on what's going on in the year. If you've done what you wanted to do, then celebrate yourself. If you haven't done what you wanted to do, then you have time. You have time to do what you want to do. What is holding you back? Is fear holding you back? Because it held me back for a long time. And look, I get to do the most fun thing that I love to do because I took the leap of faith, because I said, you know what, I'm going to do it no matter what. And that's what I did. So I hope that you all, as this year is winding down, as we're already in October, is to be kind to yourself. Think about how all the wonderful things that you do. And if you have something that you would like to do, well, simply start. It's really that easy. Simply start. And if I can help you in any way, if you have any questions about starting a podcast, any questions about your knitting, any questions about anything, please send me a message, and I would love to help you get going. It is my sincere privilege to be here with you every week. Next week, I'll probably be a little bit earlier because we are, I'll be driving up to Saugerties for Cakepalooza next Thursday. So I look forward to seeing your comments in the comments section. I love to hear from you. Please do, and have a wonderful week and enjoy yourself. But when life gets hard and days are gray, don't forget to knit a rainbow. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Bye.